Good morning. It is September 29 and I am at Heron Lake State Park. I am going to do the Salmon Run Trail. It starts off from the visitor center and you can either go right and do a meadow trail or go left and do the salmon trail, and that's what I'm going to do. It's a 5-mile trail one way. We're going to get to a dam. So that means it's another 5 miles to get back. It's going to be a long day, I think. And it starts off, looks like on a road. This trail goes through all the campgrounds that are in this state park. So Willow Creek and Blanco. They're so cute with their signs warning us that there's a road crossing coming up. Aw. And I love how they say everyone needs to yield to the snakes. Oh good, you can bypass the Blanco campground, which I want to do. I have no desire to walk through it. Well, it is a nice path, that's for sure, but kind of mundane through the trees right now. So we'll carry on with our hiking through the Bible. In our last hike, we learned how Samuel grieved regarding Saul being demoted as king. And the scholars don't know how much time elapsed between then and the story for today. But the Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him as reigning over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and go. I am sending you to Jesse the Bethlehemite. I have provided myself a king among his sons." A hollow ram's horn is used as an oil container. What a nice sitting area. Oh, it provides a view. Samuel said, "How can I go? If Saul hears of it, he will kill me." So the Lord said, "Take a heifer with you and say, 'I have come to sacrifice to the Lord.'" You see, the road from Ramah, where Samuel lived, to Bethlehem passed through Gibeah, where Saul lived. So the sacrifice served as a disguise for Samuel's real mission. Jesse was to be invited to the sacrifice, he and his sons. It's funny, when Samuel arrived in Bethlehem, the elders of the town trembled at his coming, asking if he came peaceably. I guess they realized that where Samuel is, there the Lord is too. Anyway, he assured them he came peaceably and invited them to the sacrifice. However, they must be sanctified first, which means having a bath, washing their clothes, and continence. And Samuel personally saw to it that Jesse and at least his older sons were purified. I just met a lady and her dog, and she said that her dog discovered a tarantula on the path and that it was really cool. And I'm looking and looking for this tarantula, but I don't see him. So I think he must have ran off. No tarantula. But when Samuel saw Eliab, Jesse's firstborn son, he said, "Surely the Lord's anointed is before him." Eliab must have been tall and handsome. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." The heart refers to the intellect, affections, and will. It is the guiding factor in determining destiny. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Free choice is essentially a matter of the intellect, but is often strongly influenced by feelings and emotions. And here is my campground. The trail passes right beside washrooms, and that spot there is mine. 124. I have a lake view, which is nice and close to the washrooms. Within the limits of probationary time, God invites men, "Come now, let us reason together." He would have us become acquainted with him and with his plan, for it is by beholding that we become changed. God makes his appeal to the intellect. Outward appearances do not reveal the real motives of life, for oftentimes actions are misinterpreted. We may learn from the mistake of Samuel how vain is the estimation that rests on the beauty of face or the nobility of stature. Upper Lake view. I guess I better go this way. Well, there's a nice lake view. But it makes me nervous that it's heading downhill. So I think I'm going to go back to the main Salmon Run Trail. I like this trail much better. I mean, you get just the same kind of view on the Salmon Run Trail. Well, we're going downhill. Okay, finally coming to something. That looks neat over there. Heron Dam and Reservoir. Let's do the Rio Chama overlook. Wow, they even got washrooms. That's incredible. This is definitely a bit overgrown, but it looks cool. Ooh. Ah, there's the Rio. That is some green water. Rim area closed to public. Use Rio Chama Trail for access. And I heard that the Rio Chama Trail is not really functional. So that's too bad. Looks like there is a trail down there. That would be cool. Well, this is the end point. This is what I came to see. It took me 2.5 hours to get here, which is right on schedule. Over there is a reservoir campground. So that looks nice. Primitive. I was not thinking at all. I should have brought my car up here and then rode my bike to the trailhead and then walked back to my car, but I was dumb. I didn't think of that. So now I have to go back 5 miles, the same trail that we went. Oh my goodness, I just almost stepped on that. They sure lie still, don't they? Anyways, I'll be tiptoeing by him. So there was a lot of uphill this last mile, so at least I'll be going downhill now. You wouldn't want to be in here after a rainstorm. Pretty slick, I bet. But it is a gorgeous view now. I knew coming back would be better. Well, Eliab passed from the inspection of Samuel, and the 6 brothers who attended the service followed in succession to be observed by the prophet. But the Lord did not signify his choice of any one of them. So Samuel clued in and asked Jesse if he had any more sons. "Oh yeah, the youngest one is tending the sheep." And Samuel said, "Go get him." When he appeared before Samuel, it says he was ruddy with bright eyes and good looking. And the Lord said, "This is the one. Anoint him." Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. Then Samuel went home. I think those are vultures. Oh, I found them. I saw a couple of bald eagles as well. While God's Spirit comes on David, Saul begins experiencing serious mental disorders. Saul's servants were concerned and suggested finding him a man skillful in playing the harp, hoping that would soothe him. These days it's called music therapy. Saul thought that was a good idea. One of the servants knew about David, who was skillful in playing the harp. A mighty man of valor, a man of war, prudent in speech, a handsome person, and the Lord was with him. David is a young man gifted with talents. If you know the Bible at all, you know that he wrote many psalms. Yay, back to civilization again. There's my campground. So Jesse sent David to Saul loaded with gifts, like bread, wine, and a goat. This was hoping to make a good first impression. So David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly and became his armor bearer. A little bit of prairie. The clouds are coming in too. Makes it very interesting. This is part of Brushy Point Campground. And here's the tip. If you ever want to stay at Heron Lake, Brushy Point does not have flush toilets or showers. Yes, I'm loving the clouds. The healing hiker rating for the Salmon Run Out and Back Trail is a 2 out of 5. Can't say I think you need to come on it. It's pretty mundane. Once in a while you see the lake. And to do a trail that you can drive to, I mean, what's the point of the trail? It's not near as exotic as discovering something in the wilderness. Anyways, yeah, I can say I've done it, but one and done. And so it was whenever Saul was distressed, David would come and play for him. And Saul would be refreshed and well, and the distressing spirit would depart from him. Are you going through a period in your life where things seem pretty mundane and boring? Kind of like this trail has been, and your life doesn't seem to have much meaning? Who can measure the results of those years of toil and wandering among the lonely hills for David? The communion with nature and with God, the care of his flocks, the perils and the deliverances, the griefs and the joys of his lowly lot were used to mold the character of David and to influence his future life. Maybe God is molding your life right now in order to do something great for him in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.